All right, now I know we typically discuss politics and what's going on this channel. It's Real Politics Podcast, right? But a story that I found out about, I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but it literally made me want to cry. Why? Because I totally understand the feeling that this man had being a father. I've been in situations where one of my children was choking on ice, or one of my children did actually jump in a freaking pool at 2 years old when his mama turned his back. And we had to make snap decisions right there on the spot. And our life and our safety, my life, my safety had zero regard until my son's mother, who was my wife at the time, she did her regard for her life. She didn't have one either. The most important thing was us getting our child back safely and alive. Well, recently on a Disney cruise, it's a really tragic story that had a very happy ending, and I'm gonna share it with you. And I also got video that I want to show you of this harrowing rescue, not by the freaking Disney crew or Coast Guard, but by this father who risked his life to save his little girl. Let's go with it. So the title of the story is Super Dad Mode Activated. Man jumps off Disney cruise to save daughter. It was a fitting Disney ending. A father jumped off a 14-deck cruise ship operated by Disney to save his 5-year-old daughter who had fallen over a railing. He managed to swim towards her and for a couple of minutes treaded water till rescuers reached the two of them. Wow. The incident happened on June 29th on the last day of a 4-day cruise from the Bahamas to Florida. The identities of the man and his daughter were not publicly released. Videos of the rescuers on a small boat plucking the duo out of the sea have since gone viral. Many who saw the videos praised the father for his act of paternal heroism and self-sacrifice at the ship's crew for their quick response, because we got to give props to the crew too. Superhuman dad strength activated, said one of the BBC's YouTube channel. Another said the rescuers deserve a Medal of Honor each because they acted fast with no regard. It was not clear how the girl fell overboard, but witnesses said they saw the father taking pictures of her on the 4th deck when it happened. There was some kind of commotion. A passenger who gave her name only as Chandler told People magazine. Then this awful scream came from what I assume is the mother. And then this massive splash, she said. It sounded like hitting pavement. Nothing like if you jump into a pool. It was so loud. She said she then saw a life vest drop into the water and then heard over a loudspeaker, MOB, man overboard, port side. Another passenger, Miss Laura Amador, told CBS News the ship was moving quickly, so quickly. It's crazy how quickly the people became tiny dots in the sea, and then you lost sight of them. She added, the captain slowed the ship and turned it around, and then they deployed a tender, smaller ship with the people on it to go get them. And when we saw them rescue the dad and the daughter, Mr. Gar France, who was also a passenger on the ship, told BBC News, we watched it. You could see the two little things. It was crazy. It was horrific. Mr. Eric Pabon, who was on the same cruise, told CBS News, it took everybody's breath away, to be honest with you. Very nerve-wracking to say the least. But as a father, like I said, I would have done the same thing. He added, it was a once-in-a-lifetime experience I hope I never get to see again. The 4,000-person capacity Disney Dream cruise ship was returning to Fort Lauderdale Friday after sailing for 4 days around the Bahamas. But how did she fall overboard? Now, before we get into that, I'll come back to that, because what I want to do is I'm going to play. If you're enjoying this video, do me a solid, hit that thumbs up, because I will never ask you for a cash app or a super chat, but your like really helps the channel, helps spread the information out. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. And then once you do, make sure that you hit the notification bell and select all. Even if you're already subscribed or newly subscribing, make sure you hit the notification bell and select all, because YouTube hasn't been sending out all the notifications unless you have all turned on. So make sure you turn on all. That way you'll be notified when I upload new videos. Play actual footage of not just the beginning clip, but let's see how it unfolds. I'm gonna let this clip play in its entirety. I hope that you watch the whole thing, because the ending is really a sight to see. And then we'll come back and we'll follow up on how she actually fell overboard. And for this, I'm gonna let it play full screen so you can get the full gist of what happened.
Mom, what if they dive down? No, I think that they had a life jacket or something. It's all orange. Yeah. They're like 26. It looks like 2 people. Yeah, it's like there's 2 people in the Is it a kid? Is it a kid and an adult? What? It's a kid and an adult. What? How does that happen? I know it's a little wrong. That poor dad, to imagine his fear. I don't know, I'm just gonna pull it out.
Hey, hermano.
¿Qué pasó? I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't even think I really want to go back, and I'll go back to that article, but that trips me out, man, because I got children, and I tell you, I couldn't even imagine something like that happening to mine. But if it did, if they're not gonna be here, what's the purpose of me being here? To be honest with you, I live my life for them and for my wife too. But I'm married now, but my wife had children going into our relationship, and she's the same way. And it's like, we love each other, but we also know before I watch one of my children pass away, I'll give my life because I've been here longer than them, and I'd rather them get the opportunity to experience life like I had. But they say, but how did she fall overboard? So let's get into that real quick. Man, you can see the weight of everything on the dad after he realized they've been saved when everything could finally hit him. That man probably had a breakdown when he got back into his room because he didn't have time for his emotions to really think about the situation. He just knew his baby was in there and he reacted. And by the grace of the Most High God, it worked out, But Disney confirmed in a statement that 2 passengers were rescued, but offered few details about what occurred. The crew aboard the Disney Dream swiftly rescued 2 guests from the water. A Disney Cruise Line spokesman said, "We commend our crew members for their exceptional skills and prompt actions, which ensured the safe return of both guests to the ship within minutes. The lack of clarity and details had some wondering how much of the accident was in fact the father's fault. She cannot fall over the railing unless she was lifted up or climbed up," said one of the YouTube viewer. Another viewer was just as direct in blaming the father, saying the daughter fell overboard only because of the father's negligence. Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I could keep reading that, but I'm not, because why make something negative that was actually a positive? So I'm gonna end the video there. But I just wanted to bring you this and let you know, I don't, regardless of your religious preference, please don't take offense to this, but I do believe that there's a God. And situations like that show me that. Now, I'm not saying when that happens and somebody's not found, that there is no God. I just don't know what God's plans was for that person. But for this girl and for her father, the story wasn't supposed to end like that, and it didn't. So instead of poking holes in it, who cares how she fell off? It happened, and now she's back. Now, if the father did have something to do with it, who would feel worse than him? That was his baby. And if he did do it, that's why he was willing to risk his life for it. It didn't affect any of us. We just got a chance to watch with bated breath and watch the rescue. But people get on my nerves, always trying to find a negative, even out of something good. What started as a negative ended as a positive. And just like that situation, I want to end this video the same exact way. If you still here watch, I know I'm usually higher energy, but man, just seeing something like that and just picturing, if that would have happened to me, and my children are grown now, but even with one of my grandchildren, no question. So it kind of zaps you. It kind of puts everything into perspective. All this political crap, all this money, all this other stuff. None of that matters. Family matters. Love matters. Life matters. So, hey, if you hung out with me this long, I really do appreciate you. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about this. How did it affect you? If you haven't already, hit that like button. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. Most importantly, please, y'all, be safe and you stay great. I'm Brian Maxwell saying I look forward to seeing you at the top. Over and out, y'all.